skateboarding? Skateboarding.
Well, skateboarding gives me sanity. Like my health, my mental health and fitness, that's for sure. It's actually dead. Usually there's like 10 kids here. This is what I love when they're all chilling here on their phones, smoking weed, whatever. And then just I layer them with that. I really love clean backgrounds that like just keep layering it from the back all the way up to the front. More of like waiting and like just chilling at a spot and seeing what comes. And that's what really inspires me. Just like leaving a house with no, like, oh, I'm not gonna go get this shot. You just walk and you're just like training yourself. Like you're just practicing seeing pretty much. I've noticed that this corner is a busy corner, so it just gives me what I'm looking for but definitely it's slowed down a lot, this corner here. I see this, or another reflection here. I'm seeing something in here I want to get, this like abandoned building with these leaves. But these two tables and then these bike in the reflection have like, I don't know, there's something going on here. I've been trying to see. For sure, I just love shooting reflections. Just the kind of, the complex layering it gives and the collage feel that it gives off too. What else? And just the layers. It looks like it could be photoshopped, but it's all in camera, and I love exploring with that stuff. I started in 2003, probably. I was just looking for. I thought I was exploring photography a little bit, 2002. I took this trip to Europe and I brought a camera with me and we went to, to all these cities in Europe and I just explored these art museums and I brought a camera with me and, sorry, I'm getting distracted here. I'm seeing the light.
Hey, just take it as you go.
I see it. Let me shoot a little bit here. So I went on this trip to Europe in like 2001 and brought just this cheap Canon Rebel with me. And I was just walking around the cities, exploring all day long, like 12 hours, just exploring. The class was to go to these art museums every morning for kind of an art history class I was taking in community college. And I brought my camera, shooting around these cities in Europe. It was just, and then when I got back home to Iowa, I just threw like a bunch of rolls of film into this like 1 hour processing, and I'm like flipping through these 4x6s, and one image just really stood out to me. This grandpa holding his grandson's arm, and he was crying against this really clean backdrop, and I was like, oh man, it just gave me this cool feeling. I was like, all right, this could be something. There's something here. So I just kept exploring that, and during this time, I was looking to, for a career or things to do, and ended up going to photography school and just kind of falling into street photography. I didn't even know what street photography was for the longest time. It was more just shooting, like going where I want, no rules, no expectations, just shooting. So I didn't even know what street photography was. And then I found this book, Fight in 55 of Joel Meyerowitz. And I was like, oh, okay, this is actually a thing. The street photography was a thing. So that's kind of how I learned about it. But it was more just organic. Like I just loved exploring and going where I'm not supposed to go and stuff like that. That's what I like about it, where it like keeps you present and stuff like that.
How have you stayed busy with street or photography through the pandemic?
Oh, I mean, it was hard at first. Obviously, they couldn't even leave the house, and then like, oh, that's weird that everyone's wearing masks. But then like, I just like came to embrace that more, because that just like represents this time that we're in right now. That's what I love about photography, is like that it always is capturing like the trends and the fashions, and you know, movie posters are in the background. It like, oh, okay, that was during that time or whatever. So I'm like using that to, using the masks to kind of show this time and place or whatever. But how I've been but that's not answering your question, no. But luckily I was busy with work, so that helped me. Like I still had a job, luckily, so I was doing that mostly. And street photography is just kind of like my creative release as a way to get out of the house and stuff with 2 kids or whatever. So, and there's just no right or wrong way to do it. It's just about doing it and like putting in the reps. And so that's, yeah, so it really hasn't changed too much. There's something here I've been like seeing too, this whole, I need like a person to walk here though. But I love when they use like these photographs on these buildings, as it's like putting lipstick on a pig type of thing. It's like, it's still a pig, but isn't it so pretty? Don't look behind just don't look behind it though. But no one's. And I also shoot with a bunch of other shit. I'm gonna get a Polaroid of this guy. Jay, walk over. Something up here. This car pass. You got one more?
War zone right now, yeah?
Exactly.
Like,
Sirens, copters. Welcome to Honolulu. Oh, I don't know. Now I just need some homeless go up here. Let's just get. Okay, just keep walking. We tried. Yeah, usually it's when people see us, they walk around us. And it's just fun exploring around here. I love photography. It gives you that reason to explore. Like if you have no camera, what's the purpose of going down that alley or trying to like see what's behind this door? But when you have like a camera, it just gives you that confidence and purpose to go for it. See, this is cool. Look at this shit. Something here. Something going on. And I could even do this for a journal thing or something. Or it's like, I don't know, something there. What's that? Something like, I don't know. Anyways, that's what I love. I remember like right when I got into photography, it just gave me that like sense of purpose. Oh, you gotta get this switch it. So it's all about like these are the gifts that this gives us. Like if I wasn't just walking around looking for this stuff, it doesn't present itself. But once you're open to it, these things just, I have no idea who this is. That's cool. But we'll put this in the journal too. Oh, just like when I got in photography, it gives you that confidence just to explore and go wherever you want. Like I remember for the longest time, I'd always sneak my way into every like concert and get right up front with my camera and shoot like, whatever. This Red Hot Chili Peppers concert I went to, I like loved John Frusciante, so I just made my way in. I even bought like the cheapest tickets, but I made sure to get all the way up to the VIP. But I feel like it just like the photography, having a camera just gave me that like it's okay to do that, to go there. And where before I picked up photography, I was super shy, quiet, shit like that. So it just gave me a little thing to explore. Ever seen this thing before?
No. What's this supposed to be?
So these are trippy. These are like
The burial?
yeah, burial grounds. Like they found like 40 human remains at Walmart, so they have to, protect that. And this is like their little Evie Kapuna they put there. So it's just interesting. All these, every building it seems like has one of these.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like at the skate park too. Like so these are backgrounds, journal backgrounds. At the skate park. And my little journal studio in here. Aleda, photo my wife took. And then here's my recent journals. Lately I've been going a lot larger. So these big old fatty ones. Let me show you a couple here though. It's kind of fun to go through. Yeah, I've got, I think I'm working on 44 right now.
And when did you start this?
This one's 42. I started in 2001.
2001.
Yeah.
Almost 20 years.
Exactly. Next year is my 20th anniversary.
It has to be a special one for next
Seriously, here's that street photo I was telling you about that kind of started the wall essay that I was doing.
Oh, nice.
Just people shooting at sunset. I like this camera up here. I think it really helps make that one.
How did you come up with the idea of the journal, or what inspired you?
Oh, these are cool. Oh, just my, I was just in, some of my friends had like little sketch pads and stuff. They were like artists going to school, so they'd just write whatever in sketch pads. And one of my friend, Lucas, he kept a journal too, and like more of a writing journal it was. And then he started taping, leaves in there or whatever, and that kind of inspired me. Like, you know what, I think I'm going to mix everything and start journaling. So one day I just said, let's do it. It was like August 21st. I even wrote it down in my journal when I started. So yeah. That's kind of how it started. Then it just kind of evolved from there.
What do you plan to do with all these journals?
I have no idea. Just keep them. So you just keep them. No plan for them at all. They're just like a way for me to, just a place for me to organize all my stuff. My brother gave me this counterfeit bill someone gave him from work. There's some other funny ones in here I wanted to show you. A lot of just my daughter.
So are you working on several journals at a time and then putting themes to it? Or?
No, it's just like one at a time. Like this is literally like just daily, or like my life. Like at this time, this happened and these pictures happened, and I just like put them in a pile, and then every once in a while I'll get around to just journaling with them. So just kind of like, this is just like street paper I found, trash I've picked up, notes I found while I'm walking around shooting street. These are some spreads from Honolulu that I like. So it's just everything, just remnants of my life. This is photograph there. Through my job as a photo editor, I'm like meeting photographers all the time and having meetings, and like I'll always bring a journal with me just to share. Well, I mean, there's a lot of parallels of just the trial and error, and just how much work you got to put into it to get what you want out of it. When we were skating the other day, I'll try a trick, 40 times or something and finally get it. And I've noticed street photography, you need that like resilience and stuff like that, and the progression of it and the lifestyle, and I don't know, things like that.
Is there a favorite journal that you have or that you refer to?
Oh, that's a good question. Not really, no. It's always changing. It's just always changing. Let me see if I can find. This one's kind of new, where I started adding my whole skateboarding essay in here. And I'm printing these big old tabloid size 11 by 14s out, and then just doing putting them together, a little double pager. Oh, this is funny. This is the Waikiki Wall essay. And then I collected each parking, because I'd have to park for $1 and then walk down here to shoot it. So I just collected those. This kind of shows the reps that I had to put in to get this essay. So I don't know. There's just a lot of... This is my grandpa's pliers. Yeah, so I don't know if there's like one journal. It's always changing. It's whatever I'm into at the moment. And I'm just shooting these. This is like taken on my iPhone in Las Vegas, probably after I busted a poker tournament. But I'm just always shooting, and then this is a place for me to just display my work, kind of thing, like get it off my phone and put it onto paper or something. I always encourage people to print out their work rather than having just all their files on their phone or in the closet. Yeah, Instagram. People just go full on Instagram and not even print anything out. Or this was my first one in 2001 when I first started. It's like you can literally see like my first journal post in here somewhere.
And these
Robert Johnson.
Just basically what catches your eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep,
100%, exactly. What photos I'm taking, what's going on. This is number 4. This is like right when I started photo school. Just a lot of, I'd even used to write in it more about what the hell's going on in my life. And just like, I love just exploring where like how far you can go and put whatever. Like there's even like a doll arm in here or something, or I put a baseball in one where it was flat, and a lot of just...
Instagram before Instagram.
I guess, yeah. How so? What do you mean? I've just been... This is, a way to display my stuff, like Instagram for sure. I've always done that. Like, I noticed first before Instagram, I would do like a weekly email to all my contacts with like photos. And then like the blog thing came along, and I was doing the blog forever. And then there was a time where it's like, sorry blog, Instagram's the way to go. Cause like, that's just where it's going. Now this is like one of my favorites. I got this like early in my career. blew me away, obviously. Just some of the complex compositions of just street photography stuff.
Oh, it's wet.
Yeah. So it just really inspired me to hit the streets after, like, you know, I'd like look at this book and go or something, like watching a skate video and then going skating. And then this is the pile of journal materials that I collect throughout the weeks or months or whatever. And then this just builds up, and then I can start going through it and start journaling from there. So I'm always just printing out stuff. This is like I updated my website with these COVID signs, so I just printed that out. You know, notes from my daughter, street paper, crazy thing, you know.
So you're just going through what makes the cut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And then from there, and then I found these the other day, and I thought they looked like, these make good backgrounds for me, or I can just put them like, you know, put a photo there or something. I love this stuff of these old dog, you know, like a dog thing, but I like the background. Like I probably found this like, so one man's trash is another man's treasure right there. So anyways, just kind of going through this stuff, find these weird things. Did this whole thing on COVID signs. Yeah, this guy, cigarette guy.
Me with the big stomach.
Well, always remember when we're shooting that. So just here's our.
That's all from yesterday.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Incredible.
Okay. Rainbow coming out of a satellite. And we'll have documentation of the Saigon Palace Lounge before it gets demolished. Well, I think like whatever catches my eye is like a lot of weathered stuff. That's what always, I mean, just the weirdest things. Like this button is cool because it like makes no sense. I love when I find notes from people that are just falling on the ground or whatever. I think notes are my favorite. And then just like this weathered, for some reason I just like this weathered paper. It just gives a nice look to my journals that I'm always looking for. But it's like just the weirder the better. Like with street photography, it's like, you know, reality is stranger than fiction. So like my journals, I kind of go with that route too, with the street photography and the journals. It's like, and it's like a thing where I can like show people like, you know, if like, you know, what you've been up to lately. And it's like easier for me just to like say, hey, this is what I've been up to. I've been taking these pictures and finding these things and, you know, having a baby. So it's just easier for me to explain like that way. Then it's like big old verticals here. This one I just took the other day in Kaimuki. And I've walked past this place like 10 times after, and the curtains have always been shut. And I just got lucky in this one little, and even waiting for someone to actually walk in too. It's a little windy. That's okay. It's Polaroids. You don't want this on the lens. Oh, it's coming at you. I'm always changing, so the journals are just like changing with me on whatever I'm into at the moment. Obviously, my photographs, what I'm, you know, at the beginning it was a lot of writing and really messy and what else? Yeah, just whatever, just throwing a bunch of stuff in there. And then over time, it's like kind of cleaned up a little bit, where it's like more presented and stuff like that, a little bit nicer. More of like